Hello everybody, I am back today with the next episode of my Layout a Day challenge series, and today's episode is based on the challenge of scrapbooking a female relationship and using 2 different shades of yellow. So I have been getting to know some of my scrappy sisters via Zoom crops, and so I've got photos from our actual crops to scrapbook today. I'm using my counterfeit kit again for another layout, and if you don't know about that, I will leave info and links for you in the show notes. And here are my 2 different shades of yellow. I have that yellow diagonal and then this yellow with red florals. And that diagonal really spoke to me about the whole design of this layout, which I'm going to put on the diagonal. Now I'm going to mat my photos with a long diagonal piece that's going to go from the top left corner all the way down to the bottom right corner. And I've never done anything quite like this before, so I wasn't sure how to get that piece to work out. So what I decided to do was just to mark equally on one side of the corner and then the same distance on the other side of the corner, making sure that that would definitely span the width of my photos. And then in the opposite corner, I would do the same thing, and then I line up my marks from one side to the other on my trimmer. And because it's not going the full diagonal, it's just a piece of the diagonal, it will fit in the trimmer. And then that's the piece I need for my diagonal. Now, because these yellows are close together in color, I did want to provide some contrast to these. So I pull out this black piece of paper. Now it's got kind of a chicken wire print to it, and I definitely don't want chicken wire on this layout. So I decided to go ahead and edge punch it, and I'm using this little more intricate edge punch, and I haven't used it in a while, so this was kind of fun to break out an older tool for me, and I believe that was from Stampin' Up! Years ago. So once I have my edge down, I'm going to just trim off a strip just so that decorative edge peeks around the corner. And then I get my main diagonal adhered in place, and I will add that edge punch there, and that just provides a little bit of contrast between those 2 separate pattern papers. And once I trim off the overhanging bits, we're good to go. I want to add a little more detail to this page, not a lot. This page is going to be pretty simple because I think that diagonal is kind of busy. And part of the reason why I chose to do a diagonal is that we're going to end up with kind of a stair step to the photos, and that makes me think of the steps that it takes when becoming friends with somebody. It's not just an instantaneous process most of the time. There are steps you take to kind of get to know people. And so that's part of the reason why I went with this diagonal also. Now that diagonal line was kind of throwing off my eye, so I did have to get out my T-ruler to make sure my photos were perpendicular. Perpendicular, that's probably not the right word, but evenly spaced on that diagonal. And now I'm going to keep my embellishments simple here. I did pull out the sticker sheet that has a lot to do with coffee, but I found pieces that definitely work without having a coffee theme to them. And here you see me, I'm dusting the back of the stickers with an embossing buddy bag. I forget what they're called, but basically it's just kind of cornstarch in a bag that helps release it. And that will de-stick the stickers so that gives me some time to move them around. I'm adding this pom-pom trim just because I like it. I put this trim in this kit because I like it. It's got some fun and funky texture to it, and so I'm playing with that in this kit and enjoying it on this layout. Now when I add some pom-pom to the bottom side of the page, I want to be sure for continuity to add it to some other section of the page. So I'm creating a little banner with that pom-pom being the string of the banner. And then I complete my banner there, and I'm looking for other embellishments to add. Like I said, I don't want to add a whole lot, but I do want a few things. And I think this little die cut pack was going to have some lovely flowers in it, but the colors weren't quite right, so I set that aside. And I did find the coffee sticker sheet has a bunch of other elements with that collection that we're going to work with this. So I found some florals in there that will match those little banners, so that works out for me. Now I fussy cut this part out that says hello there, which I really liked that sentiment to go on this page, but you'll see me move it around here, and I wasn't really finding somewhere that satisfied me. It was just kind of big and a large block. Now there I'm creating a little embellishment cluster to go with my journaling. And I did save that little banner to, like I said, mirror when I add something to one section, I want to add it to another section for continuity. And so that striped banner mirrored the little striped bunting piece up at the top. And then I added the word becoming friends because it's about the process of getting to know people. And I wanted to emphasize that part of my journaling. I added the flower sticker to the bottom, and then I wanted some more flowers to go along. So I fussy cut one of the elements from a cut apart paper piece. And I'm going to give them a little more dimension here by gluing down the bottom part of the flowers and then just popping up the top part of the flowers with foam dots. I don't know if you've ever tried that before, where you have one piece that has two levels of dimension to it. Oftentimes we'll just pop up an entire piece with foam dots, but I like to do this when I'm trying to give a little bit of a different quality to the dimension. And so I did that with those floral clusters. And then I fuss with that word piece again, and I end up leaving it off because it's got enough for me. You do notice that I have my title there also following the diagonal, and so that adds more to the stair-step effect of this layout, and I hope you enjoyed this process. Have you ever done a diagonal layout like this before? Leave me a comment and let me know what your experiences are with diagonal layouts. I would love to read them, and I will be back tomorrow with another layout video for this month of May of my Layout a Day challenge. I'll see you then.